dubiest of the tubiest, the best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you, and I'm 50 plus, and we got a quick one today. I'm just going to answer a couple of questions, good ones, but I'm going to answer those real quick, and then I'm back in Houston, so I'm going to the house for my 10-hour break, and it's pretty cool, man. It's a regional route. You know, it can get you through the house during the week, and you can take a 10-hour break at home and then finish off the weekend. I'm back at home over the weekend, and it's great. I'm loving it. But I'm going to ask a couple of quick questions. Guts commented, do you need 1 year of OTR experience before running flatbed? And the answer to that is no, because you guys can get out of school with your fresh, brand new CDL, no experience at all. Come over to Melton, and we will put you, or Melton will put you in a truck with a trainer, and when the trainer releases you, you're off on your own, and you can go do some flatbedding. So most definitely, you know, there's probably quite a few flatbed drivers that have never pulled a box van, okay? And in my last video with me and Carlo, we were talking, and we were talking about if we had it to do over again, would we just go straight to flatbed, or and omit the dry van and refrigerated experience we got when we were with Swift? And the answer to that would be, you know, the way we answered it was, yeah, I would most definitely like that dry van, flatbed, dry van and reefer, basically pulling that box behind us experience. And there's some things that you learn driving when you are pulling a box van. And the first thing is you're going to be bumping the dock. And so you get a lot of backing, okay? And you don't get near as much backing with flatbed as you do with dry van. So that helps out quite a bit. But I will say, backing spread axles is a different situation than backing close tandems. There's a big difference. So, but you did get some backing experience driving that, and you get used to backing with very little to no visibility. Okay, so there was some benefit to it, but you don't need that. You don't need to have any drive-in or refrigerated experience. You don't have to have any experience. You can just come right out here with that fresh CDL and burn some fuel, pull some flatbed. Okay, and I had another question. She said, this was Bianca. She says, can't wait to hear what's it going to be like to hear your opinion on tarping and strapping cargo down during the cold weather. Did that. I did that in fact, North Dakota in the winter, and it was snow piled up almost as high as this truck, man. I mean, it was rough. The toughest part of it was the tarps. They just get stiff, and this is taking them off. Putting them on in the cold weather is you know, you're just cold, your body's cold, but it doesn't affect the tarps or strapping or chaining or whatever you're doing to securing it. None of that's not a real issue. You know, weather is what it is, and when it's super cold, your fingers get, you know, kind of frigid and cool, and you just put on some warm gloves and then go after it. But it's really not bad. Unstrapping it's nothing. I mean, it's just cold outside. It doesn't affect you. The only effect is the stiffness you can get from the tarps when they get snow on them, and they will get hard. They get kind of brittle and tough to move, but still, it's not a big deal. The total opposite is, you know, being in the heat in the summertime when the tarps get hot, and you're climbing on them trying to spread them out or get them off, actually, after they've been in the heat all day, and they are freaking hot. I mean, it will burn your skin hot. And so you know, you just keep long clothes on and no problem. I just zip up a jumpsuit, and you know, if you touch it, it's no big deal. But if it touches that tarp, touches your bare skin, that heat will. You'll wish it was still snowing. I can put it to you like that. But it's the weather doesn't, you know, come into as great of an effect as you may think. And a lot of people make such a big deal out of securing and tarping loads. And to be honest with you, it's really not bad. It's not. It may seem like it may look like it, you know, but once you get the hang of it, I tarped this load I have on right now. I think I tarped that load. They did have high mounts, like railings that you walk on, catwalks. Basically, you drive the truck between two catwalks, so you can just walk right across the load on these catwalks. It was real easy. So the forklift put the tarps on top of the load. All I did was get on the catwalk, walk on top of the load, really easy, roll them out, kick them over to the side, done. And it's so easy. Then you just bungee it. It's not what, you know, folks may make it out to be. So if you're considering flatbed, man, I will say, when you first get into it, sometimes you get a little intimidated strapping the loads. But that's not a bad deal, because we have a securement book, and you can just look at the securement book and see how they tell you to do it. If you have another question, you can call safety. But the easiest thing, outside of looking in that book and seeing how Melton wants you to do it, or whoever you go with, they'll give you a securement guide and tells you what their requirements are. There's other drivers there that are securing their loads. Same load you get, you know. You can either watch them, how they do it, or ask them if you can assist them securing their load. That you're new and you want to pick up some pointers for them, and you would be, you know, you would really appreciate it if they will allow you to help them. And I can guarantee you they're not going to say no. Okay, and you learn it pretty quick. Within a month, man, you're on it. Okay, so don't be intimidated by it. If you decide you want to come and ride with Melton, I have a link down there. You just click that little link, and it'll take you to a little, like, 3 or 4 line deal. You just put your name and contact information in it, and then somebody will contact you. And you can ask them as many questions as you like, and they'll give you as much information as possible. Otherwise, you know, ask me whatever question I can answer, I'll answer it. Otherwise, if I can't answer it, I'm going to tell you, you know, get the correct answer from a recruiter, because I'm not going to just tell you something I don't know, okay? But those I thought was 2 really good questions. If you don't know, when you go get your permit to go to a school or whatever, you're gonna go get your permit first. That's the thing to do. And I say do that because the first thing you're gonna do is go get a physical, and you'll find out then if there's anything that will stop you physically from getting your CDL. And to talk about physicals, once you get that physical done, you go get your permit, and you just, let's say you go right to a school, and you're in and out of a school. Whenever you go for employment, you're going to take another physical. If in 3 months, that would be 2 physicals in a short period of time. If within 3 months you decide, you know what, I shouldn't have went tanker. I don't want to pull tankers. I don't like this surging thing. It doesn't feel good. I want to go to a dry van company. And so you switch companies. When you get to that company, you're going to take another physical. There will be 3 physicals within, you know, a 6-month period. If in 3 months later you decide you want to leave that dry van and go do a flatbed company, whenever you go to that flatbed company, you're going to take a physical. That would be 4 physicals in a very short period of time. It doesn't matter. Every job you go to in trucking, Even if you just had a physical, chances are they're going to want you to take a physical from their doctor. And the reason why that is because a lot of people will cheat the physical by going to a doctor that chiropractors, so to speak. They actually do. There's a lot of chiropractors do DOT physicals on the side. There are some that, you know, the $100 physical could be you know, $250 if you need a physical done. If you know what I'm saying, okay? And that's rampant. So that the industry fixed that because DOT says you have to have that physical when you go for employment. And so just get ready for them, okay? And I say that because just because you got your physical done doesn't mean if you're on, let's say you're taking a medication that might be restricted for CDL. So you get off that medication for a period of time and it's out of your system. So now you go do your physical and your drug test and all that good stuff, and it comes out clean. Then you get back on that medication that was prescribed to you that you have to have. Then 3 months later, you decide you're going to go change jobs. If that medication is in your system, it's going to be found out at that next physical. You can't cheat the system. Not if you're going to continue to change jobs, or, you know, who knows what could happen. I'm just letting you know what to expect when you get hired. Okay, you will take a physical. You will take a drug test. You will take most companies are now doing hair follicles on top of the urine test. And periodically during your employment, you can get randomly called in to do a drug test, a hair follicle test, and an alcohol test. So if you got some habits, you don't need to bring them out here, as it's not going to work. Okay? So I hope I gave you guys some good information. I wanted to make a short video. It's going to be short because it's hot, and I'm in Houston, and I'm going home. Thank you. Deliver undistracted. And here's your boop.